Let's debunk some Taliban propaganda together. It's come to my attention that a lot of you guys don't know what Taliban propaganda looks like, what emotions they're trying to invoke, what talking points they use, so we're gonna break that down today through a very analytical lens. My credentials are that I've worked in this field for years. I've worked with Afghan advocacy groups across the world, refugee resettlement in nearby countries and in the USA, as well as research initiatives with groups in Kabul. The specific phenomenon that we're going to be analyzing today is called Talibros. This is when the Taliban invites over male influencers or streamers, and they basically just chill out with the Taliban while the Taliban makes jokes, pop culture references, they speak in English. It's basically to whitewash the image of the Taliban so that people are like, oh my god, they're actually super chill, when in reality, it hides a lot of the oppression that they're putting the country through.
Back in the cage. Back in the cage. We got the footage we needed.
Clearly this video is a joke, but he does this very tactfully by posing two extremes. One is the actual reality of Afghan women, that they can't go to school past 6th grade, that they have to have a male chaperone past certain hours, that they can't wear what they want to wear in major cities, and they're forced to wear full covered burqas in rural Taliban-controlled areas. And then they have the extreme which is posed in the video. He's making a straw man idea of what the West thinks Afghanistan is, which is women in cages. And he's like, guys, you're so silly. Women are clearly not in cages here. When in reality, that's not even the issue. So by posing this extreme, like the viewer thinks, oh my God, have I been brainwashed? Because the Taliban looks chill. They're chilling with the girls here. Like they're not in cages. So it makes us question, oh my God, like has my thinking been wrong this entire time? When in reality, he's just trying to negate the extremes that they actually impose on the women there. Now let's get into example 2.
The Taliban ban women from speaking to each other. Tell them the whole West believes this. What did he say? I wish. He said I wish, right? He said no, that's not true, but I wish they wouldn't talk. But they do give them rights against their own.
Again, he's doing exactly the phenomenon that I explained before of two extremes, where he's placing this extreme that the West has put out, fake news, which is that women can't talk to each other. He's posing this in front of a Talib, and Talibs are laughing. They make a joke like, I wish, like, ha ha ha, aren't we all annoyed with our wives, like women be shopping? And they make it into this joke because clearly women are allowed to talk to each other there. And by posing this extreme, it actually hides or masks the extremes and the regulations that they actually impose on women. This type of propaganda is designed to make the viewer feel stupid and the viewer to laugh. So it's like, oh my God, like I've just been stupid this whole time and you're supposed to take a laugh about it. Now on to example 3.
It's so funny.
I feel like this one is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically supposed to show him cracking jokes, making a pop culture reference, and the viewer is supposed to be like, wow, he's really funny. Because psychologically, we believe someone who's funny and someone who's charismatic is also associated with positive feelings. And we don't think that those people could ever do such oppression. We don't think that these are the same people that are gonna stop girls from going to school past 6th grade. Our brain just doesn't comprehend that. But in reality, that's the furthest thing from the truth. I mean, dictators have to be charismatic to gain the people's attention. There have been many dictators who are funny and charismatic, but that doesn't erase the oppression that they put the people through. Example 4.
You're Muslim, you're not Muslim, is no problem in Afghanistan.
Everybody
Christian,
welcome.
For Jewish, for Hindu,
Jewish?
for every nation.
Jewish come?
Is allowed. You go to Afghanistan, enjoy Afghanistan, nobody stop.
Okay.
Now this is a technique which I call the pseudo-expert. Basically, he picks up an Afghan man who looks like a man of the land, a civilian. He's not part of the Taliban, so we are programmed to believe, okay, this man will tell us the truth because he's not part of the government. We'll actually get a grasp on what Afghan people in reality think. When in reality, the situation reflects quite a different reality. He could very easily be blatantly lying to us, which he is in this video. If you look at the populations of Afghan religious minorities, there are no Afghan religious minorities currently. I worked with a research institute in Kabul specifically on this issue of religious minorities in Afghanistan, and let's even take Sikhs, for example, who have been in Afghanistan since the 15th, 16th century. They had a population of around 250,000 in the 70s, and now the population in Afghanistan of Sikhs is 0. Historically, if you also look at the Taliban rule from 1996 to 2001, you'll find that not only were women oppressed, but also non-Muslims. They were required to wear a yellow band on their arms at all times to signify to the government that they were non-Muslims, similarly to Jews in Nazi Germany. They were also required to pay jizya, which is a non-Muslim tax, in addition to many other things. And even if you take non-Muslims out of the equation, they've systemically discriminated against Shia Muslim Hazaras as well. Afghanistan is one of the most diverse countries in the world, and that's what makes it so beautiful. There's so many different ethnic ethnic groups, so many different ways that an Afghan can look, so many different religions. The beauty of Afghanistan is its diversity. So when the Taliban tries to destroy that diversity, they're destroying the beauty of Afghanistan. Anyways, I hope this video was able to provide you with more of an analytical lens on this propaganda. So next time that you see propaganda, you're able to immediately recognize it.